What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the AJ Red Show. Tonight we're going to be discussing the Real Housewives of Atlanta and the foolery that took place, y'all. If y'all ready, good. If not, oh well. I'm gonna talk about this shit anyway. Y'all ready? Let's.
It's the AJ Red Show, starring me, AJ Red. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Now let's get into it.
What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the AJ Red Show. Tonight we are going to be discussing, child, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14. Like, honestly, anyway, let me start off with this before I get into that shit. For those of you who have subscribed, liked, and hit that notification bell, I want to say again, thank you so much for all that you do. You do so much for me unknowingly, and I just want to say, knowingly, I want to vocally say that I appreciate you and everything that you do and bring to the table with your comments and your continuous views. For those of you who have not already liked, subscribed, and hit that notification bell, please go ahead and do so now so that we can get along with this shit and get it out the way. Now again, I keep telling y'all, somebody asking me about stop cursing. Look, don't even send me them comments. Bishop, pastor, reverend, priest, evangelist, whatever. Please don't send me no messages, because at the end of the day, the bottom line is I'm going to reply with, it's not going to stop. The bottom line is I created this channel to say what I wanted to say, to do what I wanted to do, with respects of people that I discuss and myself, and the respect of others and what they think. But let me also be very frank. Please stop sending me messages about stop cussing and all this different stuff. The bottom line is life is full of choices, and I choose to cuss, and that's just one of my things. That's my second language. I go all day long being very professional. I don't get to do those things doing my daily life on my 9 to 6, 8 to 5, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But the bottom line is, clearly, I'm not going to stop cussing. So please take into account, I do want to see your comments in the bottom of these videos, but at the bottom of the bottom line is, at the end of the day, stop sending me no comments about stop cussing, because the shit ain't gonna stop. But anyway, jumping right into the episode, I'm not gonna be very long because, as you all can tell, I'm lit. I've had one too many shots, fucking around with y'all, get up on here and do these videos, and I done fucked around and got myself in a situation I can't get out of as of yet. But we'll see what the morning brings. Jumping right in, the girls still are dragging Sanya about that raggedy ass dry tortilla party, whatever the fuck it was she threw over there, surprise party for Sheree. I personally still don't see it as a surprise party, because looking at Sheree's outfit, she knew that goddamn party was not for Sanya's child. It was for her. And the way she put that walk on coming up the driveway or the sidewalk, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Bottom line is they still letting her have it. Drew and Kenya talking about them dry ass pieces of meat and bread and whatnot and so forth, and carry on. No bar and all this different shit here. In retrospect of going on the trip with the ladies to Jamaica, better known as Jamaica, Kenya, the way I see it is, if they're saying it's a couple trip, bottom line is, fuck it, just don't go. I'm just gonna get to the bottom of it. Just don't go. If you feel like they're gonna burn you, betray you, or turn on some kind of way, or turn on you in some kind of way, just don't go. If you don't have a date, and if that's strictly what the requirements are, just don't go. I don't know about the weave and the glues and all that shit. Y'all gonna work that out somewhere in betwixt there, over yonder to the pool and down there in the blue ocean. I'm gonna move pretty quickly through this, because like I say, I'm hungry and I got the motherfucking eat. It's my Chuckalisian coming out of me. That motherfucking eat, I'm hungry. But moving on, I have a question. How in the fuck is Ralph gonna write a book about being a stepfather or a stepdad when his wife is still basically, in so many words, begging him to adopt this little boy, and he still has not yet done so? And to cut some of this shit out, I'm gonna just get right to the chase. He claims, when he's been confronted about it, he basically says that he feels as though if he adopts this man's son, it'll be disrespecting this fella or the child's biological father by adopting his son. I'm gonna double down on fuckery. That sounds like a bunch of fuckery to me. It seems like you're willing to take care of another man's kid on the forefront as long as it puts stars on your chest. But it seems like if it's willing to be a tangible part of your life and say, take on this child and adopt him, that seems to be too much for Ralph to own. Drew has asked him several times to do so, and now he's come back with another befuddled ass, fucked up ass excuse saying that he's not going to do it because he's had a conversation, a sit down with the biological father. My point of view on that, ready or not, here it comes. I think it's pure fuckery. Because me as a man, if I'm going to take care of your child and you ain't doing shit, I don't give a fuck what you think. You ain't putting a dime in, knee high to a duck's ass. So I don't give a fuck what you think when it comes to whether or not I should adopt your son, when I'm taking care of him financially, mentally, and all this other shit. How many times do you show up down to the house to show your support or spend time with the little boy? How many checks do you send over at the house? So Ralph either is a real motherfucking dummy or he coming up with some other real stupid ass excuses, you know, about why he can't really adopt this child and take him in as his own. I personally think there are some other things going on in his mind or his life as to where he feels like that does not fit into the spectrum of where his marriage is currently or how he feels. I think he loves the child. I think he actually, you know, sincerely loves the kid. But the bottom line is, you know, go ahead and show that. Let the little boy see that. Fuck what that man think. If he has so much respect, like I said, he'd be fighting y'all 9 times out of 10 for some kind of custody battle to have his child. We've heard nothing about that on the show. So quite frankly, I don't give a fuck what his thought is. If I'm taking care of another man's child and I feel like I love him that much and this is a part of my family collectively along with other biological children I have along with my husband, wife, or significant other, the bottom line is the end of the day is still that shit. Call him your own, especially when it's your wife that's calling for it. Now, I don't know about the kid because the kids seem to be very nonchalant about the whole situation, about meeting his dad or anything else. So he ain't give a fuck really too much about it at all. So he's not really hype about it. And I'm pretty sure at this point, I don't know what his dad has to bring to the table. And I'm all for a father being with their child biologically. But what motherfucking effort are you putting forward? And the only effort I seen was to make a camera appearance in the last season, you know, meeting up with the child, therefore to help Drew's storyline. I think it's bullshit. I think that, I think either shit or get off the pot, basically. What else we got here? Because I'm going off notes. Fuck what y'all say. I'm not even thinking about it. The Jamaican trip. Somewhere along the way, I think I walked out and we got something else to drink or some shit like that. I don't know. But the bottom line, I saw they were in the van and realized Ross left his motherfucking passport at the house and had to double back around. He was saying he's going to get an Uber or something like that, meet him and catch up with him. I don't know how that turned out because, again, I probably stepped out for another shot. But Kenya, you know, her guest getting sick, which she had mentioned before that it was going to be a cousin of hers or something like that because she was going to continuously carry out more entertainment, more, you know, see more shit, do more things there in Jamaica because it was going to also be in conjunction with a birthday trip that she was going to connect work and birthday, I guess, as some of us do if we have that opportunity. It's pretty much what she was trying to go with, but apparently it didn't work out that way. So the special guest that she was going to have was, I guess, a cousin, and that cousin got sick and could not show up to collect that check over there on Bravo and be Kenya's special guest on the Jamaican trip. Marlo, I've said it before, I've said now, I will say it probably again because if she don't change her ways, fucking pure trash. Pure trash. Because in the end, you gunning for another woman behind not bringing a man, but bitch, you won't ever bring no man other than that. I want to say that one white man she brought up on the show one time and brought him on and we all saw him or some shit. And he vanished. We didn't see him anymore. So the bottom line is, Tommy, a.k.a. Marlo, what the fuck do you do for a living? Because like Kandi said, you worried about Kenya not having a man. You ain't never got you'll never bring none of your fucking sponsors on the trip. So why you over there being such a hater and being so fucking mean and evil to Kenya. And I'm not saying Kenya is an angel, but the bottom line is, what does it give you to be so motherfucking hateful? I guess other than ratings and to be on the show, to be the highest rated chick or to be the most discussed, I guess. But you're pretty much at this point, we're mostly disgusted with you. Again, getting on to Kenya, they landed, got into Jamaica, you know, taking their golf course to the resort and all this different shit. So, Sanya and Ross took a golf court, and Kenya tagged along on the bike. So while tagging along on the bike, she eyes a man somewhere over yonder ways in the palm trees, and he eyes her. And so, you know, she waved and he waved back, you know, how to do and all this different shit, whatnot, carrying on and so forth. And so basically, you know, Sanya gets all excited for her and shit. Ross kind of gets, you know, shit, Kenya and them bust a hole you. I ain't never seen a bitch bust a you in a golf cart, but listen, they made that man, they must have gave him a good tip to turn that thing around, go bite, and stop it and talk to that man. And so, yeah, she picked up a little quick date. That's the way she's always saying. She don't want to be bothered with nobody. She's not in the dating pool, but apparently she's in some kind of pool, whether it's a dating pool, the fucking pool, the incest pool. I don't know what kind of pool she's in. But bottom line, she exchanges pleasantries with John, meets him, invites him to dinner that particular night. I don't know why the fuck she did that. Apparently she had no intentions upon keeping John, because we all knew, first of all, a first time meeting upon dinner date with these friends, like, you knew fucking where it was about to go down. Well, I don't even understand why you even brought this man to this dinner. You could have had him come to a later night dinner, or had a brunch or something with him the next morning when you know they wasn't filming or some shit. Let them catch that on camera so we can see more highlights in your life other than I'm about to say Britannia. Brooklyn, shit. I told you I had a few. Fuck it. I bitch, I had to struggle to get up on here and talk because I was running over to the left. But even with that, Marlo took that and ran with it and decided to stick more daggers in Kenya's monkey ass and say some bullshit. Well, I don't say monkey. Pox is real. But stick more daggers in her ass with the bullshit about how much more, you know, Kenya is desperate for a man, and how the man didn't approach Kenya, she approached him, and all this extra bullshit. And still be such an ass. You know, Marlo, like I said, pure trash. Trash. Basically. You know, and just horrible. Just horrible. Personality. Just horrible demeanor. And as a friend, personally, just like with Heavenly, I would not want Marlo as any type of friend of mine. Not on the show. I'll be the defensive bitch. Matter of fact, I'll come out swinging on this motherfucker the episode, you know, the season I know she's on here, because I know at the end of the day, or better yet, the next episode, because she don't give a fuck. She don't give no fuck. She all about her and herself, which is crazy, but hey, not so crazy, right? Anyway, that motherfucking dinner, I knew pretty much as usual with these dinners when they take these out of the country trips or these big trips towards the end of the season, I knew then this shit wasn't gonna go over well with this dinner. I knew already, and the crazy part about it, the shit ain't even over. They had to do a whole to be continued. I guess that's the new thing now, because P added to be continued. I don't know who the fuck else I'm gonna be covering that's gonna be to be continued other than Wendy Williams and whomever else, or Kaya silly ass, whatever. But basically, they came to the conclusion of asking about just grilling John, you know, and Kenya kind of called herself getting prepared for it, but you can never get a motherfucker prepared enough for some bullshit like that. Now, me personally, I would have been able to sit down to the table and take it like a G and laugh all this shit off and still keep my date going and still going somewhere in the bushes or in the pine trees by the beach and laugh with her motherfucking ass, basically, or his motherfucking ass, about all the bullshit and the fucking with friends, and point them bitches out and not give a fuck, because at the end of the day, I may not ever see you again, but you gonna understand my point of view on all of your friend gals, and probably even including yourself, depending how you behave. But they was grilling John down to the table and was asking him shit like what kind of draws you wear. And he shocked all the bitches at the table. He was like, I don't even wear draws. I free balls it Everywhere I go. I don't wear panties. I don't wear thongs. I don't wear boxers. I don't wear briefs. I don't wear short cut, long cut, none of that shit. I just wear pantaloons. Something to cover it up. Everything short of a fig leaf. He outright said it. He didn't give a fuck. You shouldn't ask. If you didn't want to know, you shouldn't ask. I don't understand. Again, I'm digging to her motherfucking flesh because she apparently is the nucleus of the fuckery and the mess, trying to make a name for herself and carving Mitch or Elaine in this show to make sure she comes back next season. But I don't understand still why she's going around nitpicking with motherfuckers just to get, attention. But she went over there fucking with Kandi, telling Kandi how she picks her man, her mama over her man, and all this shit, and how Kandi need to balance out her life better and take care of her children and all this different shit, and tend to her man and worry about him, even though he's a lower tax bracket and he fucks around and all this other shit. She still listen to her mama and run to her mama with all her issues. Y'all need to start firing back at Marlo's motherfucking ass the same way she do y'all. Just become temporarily that trash that she's being towards y'all. Kandi, you shot back good, you and Todd both. But I wanted a little more firework. I wanted a little more firework. I wanted a little more 4th of July, New Year type of action. Y'all did good, don't get me wrong, but I wanted some shit like, so the bottom line is you're complaining about my status of mothering or my style of mothering because you're missing your own mother? Are you fucked behind your childhood traumas with your own mama? That you worried about Kenya and her mama? You worried about how I'm dealing with my kids, but yet you're not worried about how the fuck you dealing with them boys and how the fuck you put them out the house when they were at the height of their fuckery or their heartbreaking, just not finding out their mama ain't about to get out the loony bin or the jailhouse because she won't claim to be loony so she can get better help. And Todd even gut punched her ass even lower and told her, the bottom line is you keep on fucking with me and I'm going to show you something. Wrote a song about it like the Here Go. Todd told that motherfucker, say, listen, first of all, I know you bought your way into this group. I don't know what white man you slept with on the show or what white man you slept with in production or who the fuck you paid off with that white man's money. But the bottom line is I know you bought your way into this show. I've been running around, fucking around in the backgrounds with this shit for a minute since I came on fucking around with Kandi. And so I hear the hee-hees and the ha-has and the kikis and the leg slappers are all that goes on around in the backgrounds. And bitch, word on the street is you bought your way in. And to further mitigate what I'm thinking and have heard back yonder ways in the streets, don't nobody like your motherfucking ass. You ain't got no friends even on this fucking show. Don't none of these bitches like you. Don't none of my old lady, my wife, don't none of these other bitches even fuck with you the long way. So the bottom line is I know you didn't get in that way, which is, traditionally how the next housewife or of that franchise, the next cast member is actually introduced. And we saw, yes, Marlo being introduced or being a friend of the show to Nene. But she started overly trying, and somewhere along the way, Nene was like, bitch, you're trying to outcast me, you're trying to overshadow me, you're outacting me, you're overacting. Bottom line, you need to go take a sit down, have a cool moment, have some lemonade in the shade, and realize, bitch, I'm the queen bee of this show. You're bringing too much heat. The heat bringer is me, Nene. But now that Nene is going through these other difficulties with Bravo and not being on the show anymore, it seems as though, yes, to further mitigate everybody's concerns or questions or allegations, I feel as though she's trying to actually become the new Nene again, but 2.0 bitch version. Maybe she's gone from Nene to Marlo Mimi. I don't fucking know. The bottom line is, Todd was right. You don't have any friends on this show. You had to make friends on this motherfucker just to have a couple of hee-hees and ha-has, kikis, leg-slapping partners to talk about other girls with. And that makes sense because you turned on everybody so fucking quick. And at the end of the day, Todd and Kandi are pretty much right now, the vets over there fucking around with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Yeah, Nene name stood up in the credits and whatnot, but at the end of the day, that bitch is the queen bitch on the show right now. She has the most vetted time in. Kenya follows, I think, in second, or Sheree follows in rank second behind it. But bottom line is, Kandi is the long standing right now as of present. And it seems as though Marlo is trying to come in and really, you know what I'm saying, bogart her fucking way in to being, I guess, this bitch we all love to hate or hate to love, whichever one. And just bring too much heat. But she needs to sit the fuck down. But they was right about, first of all, you a friend to the show. You had to buy your way in. And while you talking about me and my kids and my motherfucking mothering status, I'm supplying for mine. I'm doing what I got to do. Me and my husband over here, yes, we might have some issues, but that comes with marriage. But the bottom line is, bitch, I'm working with that. And while you worried about it, where is your husband? Where's your man? Like Candace said, while you running around the world pottering all these old white men's asses, putting them in them old Depends and shit, and sucking up on their niplets and whatnot, and you know what I'm saying, all that different shit, and probably ass dragging across their face every once in a while and now and again and so forth and whatnot. Yes. But the bottom line is, bitch, you can't speak on my life because you ain't got no husband, you ain't got no biological children, and the ones you took upon to take care of, you ain't done right by them. So who are you, again, to criticize my life? So yes, they should have brought all the smoke, all the punches at Marlo when she came with that bullshit, talking all that crazy ass trash about how their marriage works. So I'm here for every bit of that. Now, the point of the conversation, I'm going to say the fucking argument, fuck it, the conversation. The point of the argument between Kandi and Marlo, which I don't understand how the fuck Marlo popped off at Kandi, because I guess she didn't have nobody else to go with, so go with the bitch that really I know could have the tendency to pop off, but go after the big fish. It's almost like going into prison. I guess you go in when you got to do time, you fight the biggest motherfucker up in there and whoop their motherfucking ass and tear them down real good, and everybody else knows, look, I defeated Goliath, bitch, with more than a rock, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you come into this industry going after the biggest fish. At some point, she didn't take that direct approach in the beginning. She subtly fucked with Kandi, and Kandi, you know, kind of brushed her off. But now she's coming at her, you know, spearhead, you know, blowhole, bitch, you know, fire in the hole. One time here to quit a shot. And she came at Kandi, and the final shot was Marlo had the fucking audacity. Matter of fact, no, not audacity. Because when it's really disrespectful, it's the audacity. She had the audacity to tell Kandi, bitch, don't nobody know you. You on the known in Atlanta. Who, bitch? Kandi was like, bitch, me? No, I don't think so. Bitch, I'm known worldwide, bitch. Bitch, you went over there down to the karaoke thing and used my songs, not only the ones I've sang, bitch, but the ones I've written also, not in the past, but also here in the recent. As to where you're still doing what? Diapering and pottering, old white gentlemen's behinds for your coin. Bitch, I'm paid. And it shows. Only known in Atlanta. I got offended behind that bullshit. Now, let me say, now, when Kandi do that run over there with the girls, you know, whatever the fuck that is, that screaming no she be doing. But bottom line is, Kandi has a big motherfucking footstep in all of this, in the world, globally. And like Kandi say, bitch, please, I'm known worldwide. While you might be known, Marlo, only in Atlanta, because I didn't know shit about a Marlo Hampton until she got on this show fucking around being a friend of Nene Leakes. Not a fucking thing. Never heard of a Marlo Hampton. Hell, when she came on to the show, I thought that was a part of New York City somewhere. I thought that was the way they was going until they put her ass on the camera, Marlo Hampton. And that sounds like a stage name. Let's see your ID. Let's see if you got as many aliases as Drew and Ralph. Let's see your statuses. Let's see where you originally from. How many IDs you got? How many birth certificates you got over yonder ways? And Social Security cards and whatnot. How many old fellas have you depleted, drained, took a couple of dollars from? I don't know what the fuck you do. Tell me, you ain't got no job. The only thing you got now, as of the recent that we know of now, is a peach, which you've been fighting for, God knows, since shit. Hick was a puppy, and now he getting Social Security checks. Fuck. So at the end of the day, you've been working on this for a long time, sis. And now that you finally got it, I guess I commend you for going full throttle and dogging all the other ladies and making sure you get the first spot for being the mess maker, the bone carrier, and all this other shit. But you fucking with the wrong one with Kandi. I'm gonna tell you, cause Kandi a little hood, and I knew Kandi was crazy when she went nuts up in that motherfucking naked party that Nene threw with the lingerie and shit, and somebody said something to her. I can't remember exactly what it was, but she about to pound the bitch face right quick, real then. She about to snatch their fucking face off during that time. So you think you gonna sit there and talk to Kandi? And I know Kandi dialed down a whole lot, but let me tell you, Marlo, you don't know who you fucking with. You better back off, find something to do. Better yet, if you want to fuck with Kandi, go over there and get some financial advice, like Kenya has the sense to do. Go over there and find out how to market some shit and how to hire a team like Sheree now. Apparently, finally getting a good sense to fucking do, because apparently she by Sheree ain't going nowhere no time soon. It's more she like delay at this point, shit, because it's been delayed so many motherfucking times. I'm waiting to see by the end of this season if we're gonna actually see a She by Sheree launch. Because listen, I am not very hopeful, and at this point, I have very good motherfucking reason to be. Who are y'all to judge me? I have good reason to be doubtful about She by Sheree. I mean, look how long it's been going. But the other 50% of me want to sit up there and be, give a bitch credit and say that She by Sheree gonna be in there, somewhere by winter, summer, fall, or I guess of 2022. I don't know, for 2023. Who knows? But while she too busy over there fucking with Drew, because her number one ace dog ain't around, Sheree need to go ahead and try to spend more time. And instead of showing her with the ladies for surprise parties, you need to have surprise pop-up meetings with your staff about these goddamn fabrics you keep having a hard time to fucking decide upon. Because I'm tired of these fabrics. Pick one. Shit. What else on here? Oh, somewhere towards the end, Marlo gave a fake ass phony apology. That's it. Fuck y'all. Marlo gave a phony fake ass apology to Kandi and Todd behind the shade that she had through. Bitch, no ma'am. That was too below the belt for you to sit up there and turn around and say, I'm sorry for laying around there telling me some shit about my personal life and demeaning me as a mother and a wife, and then going after my husband and my mama. Bitch, you going after too many motherfuckers in one night in my personal life. I ain't apologizing to you, bitch. And Kandi, you crazy in that part. I would have never apologized to her bald-headed, plug hair, needing ass. I would have never. Not me. If anything, Kandi, if you was going to apologize, Kandi, be a shady bitch. Kandi, you are the GOAT in this. It's time for you to be shady and give these girls what they're looking for. You should have apologized, bitch, with somebody coming to Marlo's door the next morning with some Rogaine product, some shit like that, some good subtle paid for shade. And to let them know you got it, bitch. You got the money to pay for shade. You ain't got to spend time with peasants like that. Send somebody to her suite the next morning with some Rogaine products and probably some fresh good weave you done bought somewhere from down there at Heaven's Beauty Supply Store. And send up on over there from Jaimaica somewhere and send it to her room. And send a nice little sweet note with some hearts on it, you know what I'm saying? What could you use? Mending friendships. Weave brings us together. Hair is a bond. And get it and send that bitch a nice little bottle of that wig bonding glue in the packet, so because she gonna use it. I promise you that. Because if she ain't paid for a good sew in or so, she gonna use that wig bond glue, and she gonna use them same tracks and stick them up in that motherfucking head before y'all get to the next segment. But anyway, I would have not apologized to her soon to be somewhere in the future cat lady having ass, because she gonna probably have all that money, a few dollars left after she get done doing what she doing, fooling around with them old men powder in their bottom, as Kandi say, with a bunch of fucking cats running around the house, and knowing her probably some more expensive ass Hermesian or Namjurian or some kind of old bobcat or some shit walking around. I can see her doing some old bullshit like that with a Fendi outfit on. She gonna end up doing some stupid shit like that when she get in her 60s or 70s, because ain't nobody gonna fuck with her like that. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with her but them old white men. So that's why she got that going on. Kandi, keep your husband, keep doing what you doing. You and Todd work out y'all shit. Fuck what that girl say. She ain't got no man. It's close she came to a real man so far. Probably one of them boys over there hanging out with her, keeping her company. That's why she missing so much in the first goddamn place. So yes, Marlo, take your raggedy little trashy self on up over there and get them boys back from Crystal's house. Somebody, it's been almost 30 days. The time is up. Your time been up. Because you're disrespectful to the rest of the ladies. And let me tell you, it's okay to show up for work, bitch. It's okay to be that girl, to make things pop and make things happen. But don't go overboard and disrespect your friends in the process. The same shit I said for Heavenly. You and Heavenly must be hanging out and taking the same class. I don't know what the fuck y'all doing. But anyway, that's all I got for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. If I missed something, drop down in the comments, tell me about it, or comment on what I said. If you missed it, fuck it, go over there and watch the episode for yourself. And no, you can't have my password and my my logins. No. Get your own shit. But anyway, go on over there and watch the show, y'all, and see what the fuck them girls got going on, because I promise you it's nothing but parody fuckery. I gotta get out of here and do this Married to Medicine review. But if you have not, like, subscribe, and share. If you have already, I appreciate you again so much. So please remember to like, subscribe, share, notification bell. Love yourself. Love yourself. Share with somebody you know. Share with somebody you don't know. Share with the motherfucker you like. Share the motherfucker you don't like. Because if you don't like me, I guarantee you somebody else will. But I flipped that around. I told you I was lit. Love yourself. Love on somebody else, but only if they're willing to love on you in the same way in return. All right? Y'all take care of yourself and stay monkeypox free.